Welcome to the Red Couch, live.
What day is it, honey?
It's Valentine's Day, honey.
It's Valentine's Day.
Are you my Valentine?
I am your Valentine.
Oh!
Are you my Valentine?
Of course.
You know what?
Wait, do you even have to ask?
Do you need to ask?
Well, I asked.
Well,
Guys have to ask. Girls don't need to ask. Girls already know.
Oh my gosh.
But guys are insecure, so we ask.
Okay. Well, anyway, happy Valentine's Day. You know what? Why do we celebrate Valentine's Day anyway?
So they can sell Valentine's cards and flowers and candy?
And take people out to dinner.
That's it.
The restaurants make a lot of money.
They do. They really do.
There's a lot of money in Valentine's Day and a lot of guilt. A lot of guilt in Valentine's Day.
You know, but see, Valentine's Day should be every day, right?
Yes.
Think about it.
I know. You could buy me roses every
isn't it-
day.
Yeah. Well, isn't it nice to know that you know who you're going to have dinner with tonight? You know who you're going to hang out with?
Can I tell you something?
What?
That is such a relief. I'm not kidding. One of the best things about being in a relationship that you have permanently is you never have to wonder, who am I going to go to dinner with? Who am I going to go watch a movie with? You know? Who am I going to go on a date with? No.
That is so sweet. You know, we just got back from Mississippi. We got in the house. We had to do the Red Couch. I was freezing because it's cold, so I left my coat on. But those nice things that Shirley just said, it's warming me up. I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the warmth.
We got home, and Alan says, hey, there's a box out in front of the front door. And I said, oh, maybe it's the new microphone that I ordered, which will make our sound on the Red Couch much better. So I went outside, and I saw this box, and I went, that's a little bit too big for a microphone that's only this big. I don't think that's a microphone. So I picked it up, and what do you know? He had gotten me roses.
Don't you know that all the way home from Mississippi, she assumed that I forgot?
No, I didn't assume you forgot.
Little did she know that while we were in Mississippi, I smiled and
Dialed.
and I ordered her some flowers, and they were here. I'm verklempt. And they were here when we got here.
Well, it was a very sweet.
Now, I know what you're thinking out there in Red Couch Land. You're thinking, that Alan's pretty sweet. He didn't forget Valentine's Day. He sent her flowers. Little did she know, little did she suspect that when she got home, there was going to be a box on the front porch.
And then I couldn't find a card. And I said, I don't know who these came from. Maybe I have a secret admirer. And he said, maybe you do. And I said, well, maybe I do.
She found
know.
she found the card.
I found the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
It said Love Alan.
It said Love Alan. I figured that was him.
She wanted me to write like a whole poem or something,
Well, yeah.
some Shakespearean prose, something to brighten the day. But I just said Love Alan. That says it all. Does that not say it all? That says it all.
Well, at least tells me who it came from.
Listen, the ultimate Valentine is what? That God so loved the world?
Yeah.
What kind of love does it take? Think about that for a second. What kind of love does it take to volunteer yourself as the sacrifice? To come solely and wholly for the purpose of redeeming mankind from their sinful nature. Yeah. To give them an opportunity to reconnect with the Father, to spend eternity with Him, to lay your life. What did He say? He said, there's no greater love than this, to do what? Lay your life down for your... That's what Jesus did. Yeah. He laid His life down for us, His friends. He calls us friends. Think about that.
It's pretty amazing. It is.
I have a friend in Jesus. How's that song go? I have a friend in Jesus.
That's not it.
Oh, well. Anyway.
He didn't cut his teeth
on the pews, like you did.
And memorize every single hymn and the number on the page.
But you know, to come just solely and wholly for the purpose of laying down your life for your friends. Yeah. He calls us friends. Think about that. You have a friend in Jesus. He is your best friend.
He's your best friend.
He's your elder brother. He is seated at the right hand of the Father, ever making intercession for you. But before he was seated again at the right hand of the Father, Before he ascended, before he was raised back to life, he willingly laid down his life for each and every one of us. And all he's asking in return from us is to what?
Receive him. That's it.
You know,
Say, okay.
one of the greatest messages I've seen in a long time, well, Franklin Graham's on Fox giving a message of salvation. And Michael Youssef. Very simple message. Michael Youssef says, he's got an accent. I can't do him. Can I? Will you come to him? Will you go? What could be better than that? What could be more profound than that? Will you come to Christ? That's all he's asking. He bled and suffered and was tortured and hung on a tree and died for us. And all he's asking, all he's saying is, love me back. Love me back. You're my friend. I laid down my life for my buddies, my pals, my friends. Love me back. That's all he's saying. Jesus said what? Love the Lord your God with all your strength, all your mind, all your heart, all your will. Do we love him with all of our strength, all of our heart, all of our mind, all of our will? Do we?
You know, love isn't a feeling. Love isn't a feeling. If you think that you're feeling love, you probably aren't. Love is an action. Love is a verb. It's not a noun. You know, it has a heartbeat. It has a pulse. Like the Bible has a heartbeat and a pulse. When you really love someone, you will do. You will do. You will be. And that's so important. I was thinking about that today when we had dinner. There was a girl that sat next to us, you know, and we had a conversation. And it was really interesting because I felt a connection with her. And I felt like I needed to tell her about the red couch, and I did. And it was like, you know, there was something that I was able to give to her. She had just moved here from Florida. I felt like I had an opportunity to be able to give something and deposit something into her. That's what love does. Love deposits good things. Love doesn't receive everything that's bad and say it's good. It doesn't do that. But love is something that we become, that we act upon. And when I read the word, for instance, when we read the love chapter, which comes in 1 Corinthians 13, you know, there's all about love is, love is, love is, love is, love is. But at the very end, it says 3 things will last forever. 3 things. These 3 things: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. The greatest is love. Why? Because love is God. And God is love. And when we receive and then we also distribute love, we're distributing and giving him to people. This weekend, I keep saying weekend because it was during the week this week, but we were doing Artique this week at a place in Tupelo, Mississippi. And I was reminded one more time that everywhere we walk, everywhere we stand, every word we speak is holy. The ground we stand on becomes holy. The booth that we have becomes holy. Why? Because he has chosen to bring himself into us. And where he is, Chris Beatty wrote it, and where he is, it's holy. It's holy. And if it's holy, it's because his love is there. Because he is love. The greatest of these is love. So on this Valentine's Day, and we don't need to have a long session tonight at all, it's just so important to understand that love is something we do. It's not something we feel. Oh yeah, there's a feeling that goes along with it, but it's not a feeling. So many people get messed up and think that they're in love because they see somebody they think is cute. Or he makes them, you know, he thinks they're cute. That's not it. That's not it. Love is so much more than that. It's the way we treat one another. It's the way we speak to one another. It's the way we care for one another. It's the way we do things for people. Out of the abundance of our heart, we speak and we do. And so, just as a reminder on this day, which I'm not sure exactly why we celebrate, because Valentine's Day is not something spiritual. It's not in the Bible. But love is. So if we can go there, that's pretty important. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm. You know, we've done about 160 red couches, and that's the quietest I've ever been.
I know. That's why I thought I better ask you a question.
Listen.
What
Yeah, you thought
is-
maybe I passed out or something?
I did. Are you,
You know,
okay?
I'm great. I'm great. You know, the funny thing
And
is...
thank you for the flowers, by the way. They were beautiful.
Oh.
They are beautiful. I was able to separate them up into 4 different vessels. There was so many.
Isn't that something?
There's-
That's how much I love you, Shirley. Just the extra roses kind of...
Over the top.
Anyway, Jesus said, we love the Lord your God with what? All your heart, all your mind, all your strength, all your will. So the question tonight is there any evidence in your walk? Is there any evidence in your life that you love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your mind, all your strength, and all your will?
Yeah.
Do you love him back? Do you give back as much as you have received from him?
Yeah.
Because you know what? We've received a lot. You know, and people, the funny thing is we have the 24-hour day International Prayer Cafe on Facebook. Yes, I will pray. And we have people all over the world who belong to Yes, I will pray. And they pray for people and they give prayer requests.
24/7.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. A prayer request can come on, and within a minute, people are praying. It is so wonderful. Thank you for all of you who are members of Yes, I Will Pray. And if you're not, you should be.
Thank you, Shirley.
For
clarifying.
a little marketing there.
Yeah, that was wonderful. No, but what I was going to say before you cut me off.
Sorry. Did I cut you off?
A little bit. So anyway, the thing is when people make prayer requests, a great number of times in these prayer requests, there's something they want from God. I wish God would do this, or I wish he would do that. I wish he'd bring me a maid, or I wish he'd help me pay my bills, or I wish he'd heal my body, or it's on and on and on and on and on. All the things that these people want God to do for them. And that's fine. He says you have not because you ask not. He wants you to ask. That's cool. Ask. That's what it's all about. But here's the point. And this is a very, very pungent Valentine point. If God never, ever, ever does another thing for you ever, hasn't he already done enough? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, hasn't he already done enough? He gave his life for you. He shed his blood for you. He was tortured and hung on a tree for you. And he did it because he loves you. He calls you friend. And he did it because he wants to have eternal fellowship with you. He wants you to be a part of his everlasting kingdom. And all you have to do to be a part of that kingdom is just say, yes, Lord.
Yeah.
Just love him back. That's all he's asking. Just love him back. So I ask you tonight, is if someone were to evaluate your life and look at your walk and look at what you do, is there enough evidence in your life that you really do love him back? Do you love him with all your heart, all your mind, all your strength, and all your will? That's what Jesus asked us to do, to love the Father.
Kurt Kaiser, a brilliant, brilliant musician, years ago wrote a song called Oh, How He Loves You and Me. He gave his life. What more could he give? Oh, how he loves you. Oh, how he loves me. Oh, how he loves you and me. And you know, that song came about because Kurt had had a serious heart attack and ended up having to have surgery. And he was German. He wasn't German with an accent, but he was of German descent. And his German father came to see him in the hospital. And when he walked in and he saw his son, Kurt, all hooked up to all the machinery and everything. And Kurt told this story. He's no longer living, but he told this story. His father walked in, and with his German accent, he says to him, "Oh, Kurt, God must love you so much that he would allow you to suffer like this." And Kurt wrote the song, "Oh, How He Loves You and Me." from that experience. And you know what? That's really it. Oh, how he loves you and me. He gave his life. What more could he give?
Amen.
Oh, how he loves you.
The greatest Valentine story ever written was
Ever
that
written.
God so loved the world
Yes.
that he gave. He gave. So loved that he gave.
And the
A
greatest,
free gift.
And the greatest of all is love.
Amen.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Jesus Day. Happy every day. Valentine's Day should be every day. You're right. Absolutely right. We love you. We love you.
And I'm feeling the love.
I feel it.
I'm
I'm feeling them.
I'm
I can
feeling-
smell the roses.
They're all over the house.
They're all over the house.
Anyway, we love y'all.
Onward,
Christian
Christian
soldiers.
soldiers.
Bye.